I'm sure there is always going to be a question in there to kind of reflect on whether you have a pending case against you or there's a criminal investigation, right? There's a possibility that you can say, oh, although I'm part of a criminal investigation, I'm a witness. I mean,
Yeah.
work, you have to say something. But if, let's say, for instance, letters have actually preceded going to the embassy from Nigerian public about our involvement in this process. When these people take interest and they browse the internet and then find that, the people that care about that on Facebook or do you not actually think first of all they get their people in, and when they get their people in, they have Nigerians, they have people in Nigeria that they employ that speak all the languages, right? First and foremost, when those ones then kind of educate them a little bit about the actual case itself, maybe internet is not giving you as much information as you need. What they will do is that they will get their own people, still our local people in disguise, to go to where she lives. When they get to where she lives and actually see that it's just ordinarily kind of not protected, ordinarily not no presence of any form of additional protection outside it, then they will not just lie there. Because
Yep.
if you think they don't get people up to go to places, you see, I places that need more protection. It might take a year, and in that year, 12 months, they will go to Nigeria, where you say your parents hailed from. They will go and find out everything. They will literally follow everywhere. Anybody you name as your brother and your in-laws and everything, and it will take 2 years for you to obtain that level of access to be able to work in those areas. So I am telling you, you live in England and you trying to get some kind of clearance that will get you to work in upper space. It will take you 12 years to be able to do so. And in that 12, you will find out everything about you, including anything you know I've even put on the application form. So the counselors that we have out there, if you think you can just go to American embassy and just fill a form, it is beyond that. There will be times where you will submit papers. They will tell you during the interview that this paper you submitted is Oluwole. It was obtained from. They will even tell you where the paper came from. So you know they will do their research. They will put a process in place thoroughly, and 100% they know a lot about you already. If Wumi wants to build another life and another identity, she may need to go to Ghana and go through Ghana to go to another part of the world. But if you want to build a new identity in Nigeria, you will suffer to be able to kind of tell people where you've been in the last 20 years or the last 30 years or whatever. So she's gonna have to present herself as herself. But if she presents herself as a victim, I'm not sure these people will pay attention to her. So we try and understand. These people are dramatic in public. The sister comes up with this, they come up with that. The same way the whole lot of people that got involved in this process have a story with the police. It's the same thing Wumi and the sister are doing, and it's distraction. Why? Because they've got lawyers, because they've got actors and actresses surrounding them. They've got the same people that supported them in the beginning that are quiet right now, still in the background. The likes of Toto Dike and the likes of Yabo Idowu, they are still in the background. Just on Mohbad's side, on our side, we've got Brekete, and Brekete said we are doing it underground. They are still doing it underground. This woman and the sister are not clever. They are not the brightest bulb in the hotel. They are not the sharpest tool in the box. These children are illiterate that grew up on the streets. don't even know the difference between left and right. And I can tell you 100%, they are not clever at all. So when they're doing their distraction and they're doing this and doing that, I swear to God, they don't have to do it out in public, but they're doing it out in public to win the support of their followers, to win the support of the people they are using Mohbad's money to pay to come to Facebook, social media, Instagram, and all these places to come and distract us. They can't distract us. It takes you, a clever person, to ask these people one question. And one question this morning, Paparano asked this mystic girl one question, and she disappeared. And they come as very jovial. They come as very friendly. They come as very sort of like unassuming. They tell you stories about, I've not been on this, I just go on this platform, I don't stay here, I don't stay there. The moment they start getting too friendly and they spend that time. But when I ask you one question, and that question is that, are you here, do you believe in justice for Mohbad? Are you here for justice for Mohbad? What does justice for Mohbad mean to you? She disappeared. I was driving to work this morning. That was around 5. She disappeared. And then you have a situation where what's there's a guy, if I can remember his handle name, starts with
Top
a D.
movies.
No, D for Delta. D something. He uses D instead of T.
The sniper.
Huh? That's
The
one.
sniper.
Yeah. So the sniper engaged her, and they were flirting, and all sorts of flirtatious language was going on in the background. There was a guy before that, but when Paparano asked her the question, before he could ask her the question a second time, she was gone. So when you come across people who are not prominent on a platform, and they come up, and you bring them up because they say all the right things in the comment section, and you bring them up. I don't think it takes long for you to kind of realize that they're on the other side, but you can only accommodate them so long. It's a compliment. All they're saying to you is that this is not a platform for you. So you can then go back to Wumi platform where you find, I don't know if I can remember that, Otumba. Because it's a very small brain.
Otumba is Bayo's best friend.
Well, we accommodate Otumba to a certain extent.
Otumba said poison. Baba Mohbad poison Mohbad.
On Saturday.
He did it.
But Otumba, you know what? Otumba is doing something that I really like now, though. Otumba is saying
You always
that.
like it. Please let IT guy continue, Madam Mary. Please, so keep your this one, Jare.
No. Wait. I like Otumba now because Otumba said DNA is a must.
No. Let IT guy continue.
Because
let IT guy continue.
The thing we look at here, I mean, there's no two ways. We can agree and disagree because we are human beings. It doesn't matter which. Even on our side, we fight ourselves and give ourselves water when we have to. You understand? And we still come tomorrow and still come and apologize to ourselves and all that kind of stuff. Because when tension is high, when emotion actually run haywire, there is no two ways about the fact that, yes, we can just let that temper just, recede by letting it out. But the bottom line is Wumi and the sister, they are not clever. We should not give them the kudos. They are not very clever people. They're not very bright. I would like to have to kind of listen to an audio that comes from their parents. Give Wumi's mom a platform and give her 5 minutes. She will be spilling shit. Yeah, because they are not enlightened people. They haven't brought these children up properly. And I don't really want anyone to tell me that Wumi is streetwise. Wumi is street, but she's not wise. She's
And
street,
that
but she's not wise. So when you look at that, when you say someone is streetwise, you are giving them kudos. But someone who is street and stupid, that's because if you even if she's 44, even if she's 44 years of age, I give her that, right? If you kill your cash machine at the age of 44, if God gives you a long life and you live until the age of 80, but you've killed your cash point at the age of 44. Now you tell me what sort of life you're going to live. Because Mohbad's music, no disrespect, may have thinned out in 10 years' time, just like Da Green. Who is listening to Da Green's music today? So all that royalty money, who will be Naira Marley by then? Who is listening to Malian in 10 years' time? We may not be in that position. Royalty may not be coming as much as it is coming, dripping in now in 10 years' time. And in 10 years' time, if Wumi is, let's say, 33 today or 44 today, in 10 years it should be 55. And there will be no money coming in from anywhere because Billboard Hall of Fame, Afrobeat is probably changed to something else. Nobody's listening to Mohbad. No disrespect. It's just the way we are because music is generational. It's generational. Michael Jackson has done his own thing. We are Michael Jackson's fan. We can do all the dance and do all the XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Billboard, all of them. It's the royalty that is coming out of it right now is multi-platinum, multi-million because at least Michael Jackson was allowed to live before he died. He was allowed to be a super and a mega star. But Mohbad's journey was cut short. So even if she wants that money will not last beyond another 10 years. And that child will be 10 years. There is no legacy. There will not be a legacy from Mohbad's royalty by the grace of God for that child. So it will be the mother and whoever the father is looking after that child on whatever it is. And by the grace of God, it will not be money coming from Mohbad's royalty. This is a cruel way of taking someone's life. This is an unimaginable way that I don't believe I'm on this planet and I live in this world. And there's a country I call my own and it's Nigeria. And this type of injustice is almost something you read in a novel. And then when you finish reading it and it's well written, you will say at least the good thing is it is not true. But in this case, it is true that someone has callously and calculated the demise of another human being they call their husband and the father of their child. Where did you hail from? How old were you when you started planning that you will meet someone who has got money and you will eventually buy them? This, she's been planning for a while and been looking for opportunity. So whether she's surrounded by people that connived and buy this guy, or it was an accident and she's taking advantage of it, and she's got people surrounding her who are now keeping quiet, and they now have different stories to tell. Was the same story because they said tell one story. The police has got the story. They stick with the story. Everybody stick with the same narrative. But I am actually saying this, and I will say it, and I've said it so many times. The coroner submission is likely to be diluted to a point that once submitted cannot be taken back by the authorities. We are probably not ready for what the outcome of this whole process will be. Regardless of any effort anyone may have put into it, I congratulate everybody that's done everything possible to find justice for Mohbad. But if this submission of this coroner inquest turns out to be watered down, trust me, they won't take it back. The police haven't taken anything they've said so far back. We've got how many days? And if that 13 days or 12 days that is left is a final submission on that day, don't forget, there is a possibility that is the pathologist that will start the process. And it's with the pathologist that the process will finish. And it is at that process the chief judge will then sort of like submit that either no one is culpable, but someone will be culpable, and then these are the people, and it will just be a fair number of people, and it will not be anybody that has been listed as a witness. So if there is any justice on this whole case, it will be a very strong petition, any form of petition that can actually make all the witnesses accountable, that can actually literally take those witnesses out of being witnesses and actually put them as suspects. And if that doesn't happen in the next 13 days, we need to brace ourselves. We need to be realistic. We need to be ready. The outcome of this thing, if it's diluted, because if it is in England, or is in England especially, they will say that the death is by misadventure. Because if the result of the toxicology has cocktail of all sorts of chemistry in it, because the nurse that was sent down, if it is clear that the nurse came with all the syringes with our own whatever substance she believes is in it, but if all the syringes with the substances were handed to the nurse without her knowing what is in it, you can imagine where someone is looked at you as very weak, as very feeble, very stupid, and then you need a bit of money, and they say, here, this is tetracycline, this is paracetamol, this is this. They now gave it to you to inject it in somebody. Now, when that person then died, you are now telling the police and the authorities that is what they gave you that you injected. Because if the nurse had come with this whole thing, the situation would have been different. But if they've given you a cocktail of all sorts that will confuse the pathologists and the toxicologists, then the outcome of it will be inconclusive indeed. I know he's a nurse who thought about putting the nurse in the frame. It doesn't matter what length she may have done. You don't want the nurse to talk. She's talked already. She said she injected these substances into this guy. And it doesn't matter whether the light in the room is dim, whether it sees who the person is, it did not see who the person is. At the end of the day, is the result of the toxicology, all the chemicals inside our body that they will use to hang that person. So there is a lot in this process, and we need to also know, no matter how emotional we are, the people who are the real culprits in this case are using legal technicalities. It is legal technicalities. Legal technicalities don't do emotions. Legal technicalities will do how you argue a case. And if someone can actually up till this minute, and you know, this whole result could have come out a very long time ago, but it's been delayed. But even at the end of it, at the beginning of the speech, when the pathologist actually start talking, she would have been deemed a witness. So I don't even think she will run away anyway. The only thing she can do is to preempt and pre-stage how she's going to leave the country as soon as the result itself actually happens. So what she's gone to that place for is likely to preempt and stage war would happen, because if what is served to us is seen as injustice, she will then run and seek refuge in that embassy. I'm now the enemy of states, because then everybody will now be spewing venom, and she will now use a second play when she gets to that embassy, and she will now use that to actually seek refuge. Yeah, asylum is not what you seek when you are still in a country that the problem is in. When you are in a country that the problem is seen, it means you're seeking refuge. That's where Assange did. He went to, I don't know if it's a British embassy or another embassy, wherever, to seek refuge. You don't seek asylum from a country that you want to escape from. It's refuge. Asylum is what you seek in a country when they want to deport you out of that country. If you put in a good case there, even if you get into the country illegally, yeah, it is what you seek in there is asylum. But seek refuge, anybody can run into any consular in Nigeria if their life is at risk. And if they find a case to support you, they will ship you to their own country. So
Well, I think I have a question for you. For
Pardon?
her to seek a refuge in Nigeria, that's going to be tough because what about the boy, the handsome boy? If they seek refuge, that means that boy is gone.
No, this is how it works. You need to tell a story, and you need to tell a very good story. You need to be a very good storyteller. They will do their findings very quickly, and if they buy your story, it's as good as you and that boy are protected, because she's only, right now, she believes she's protecting the son, and she's the only protector. And it is clear that there is nobody else involved, because whoever it is that could have protected the two of them, they've died already anyway. So if they buy your story, because the idea of all this international convention, United Nations, and every single aspect of all those union is that if you manage to get into a consulate in any country, as soon as you get into the consulate at that point in time, you may be in the country, but you are outside that country. If they have a reason to protect you, nobody can touch you. Simple as that. Actually, no country can repatriate you out of that consulate, out of that embassy. So inside that embassy, they can even build a hotel inside that embassy for you. Nobody can touch you. Yeah? So there is an immunity that protects you in there that all the international community also understand. So if you have a case, you have a case. You can be a refugee. It's the same thing. All you want to do is just get to the other side. When there is war, a war-torn country, war anywhere, anybody they're able to get from that position, they are seeking refuge.
Okay.
You know. So what I'm saying at the end of the day is actually that there is our emotions and we have our plea, but the system doesn't look at anything emotionally. And when
Yes,
they want
please.
to look at the emotive side of things, they will support a woman and they will support children, women and children. But you
Correct.
still need to put in a good case,
But
right?
you know, in this case though, if she's going to be doing that, well, I don't know, because she's not in danger of anything. I mean, she's even without the refuge, without even seeking refugee or refuge, she's been protected by armies, soldiers right now from the office of Ilegushi. I can tell you for a fact.
But hold on. When we say she's been protected by the military or whatever the case may be, is that because we know, or we're just making it up?
Because we know so. I said for a fact. I didn't say allegedly. I said for a fact. And
Yeah, but then
if we know that I don't know what Wumi is running for. Wumi is not in any danger of anything. All they're just saying is go, all these things she's claiming is fabrications.
She believes when she's on the other side, where she's with immediate families or immediate family, she will feel safer. So at the end, you can imagine the kind of fear she will be in every night. Rightfully so, wherever the case may be, the country is divided. The situation, the country is interested in it. So you are not just a normal criminal, you are a proper criminal. A proper criminal. If the country is divided to that extent, and not just within the country, Africa in its entirety, even Africa is divided.
What I'm trying to say,
That she has to say that she's not saying. We don't know 100% why she's not saying what she's saying. And we don't know 100% whether her life is in danger or not. So, conduct, because she is so unenlightened, and her family, especially her sister, her conduct hasn't really helped her. At the time she should have said something, she decided she's not going to say anything. Now that she's saying something, she's just talking nonsense. Yeah. She's just spewing out absolute concocted nonsense. So sometimes she probably wants to say something and she's forgotten what she wants to say. Maybe she's high on drugs, she's high on something. Because if you call Baba Mohbad and you didn't realize that they're going to record the conversation, and something happened there, and there's something about some two guys she was talking to that are talking to her about what happened, and she's now subdued. She's subdued in that conversation, but the one with Baba Mohbad is almost as if you've just lost it. When you don't show respect for someone, it means you haven't respected that guy since day one, but you've been hiding it because you have a motive. You've never really shown that guy respect. Or even if when people see you and this guy in videos, you guys are happy, you are going to church and all that kind of stuff. I don't think she ever respected that man. I don't think she ever respected Mohbad. I don't think she ever respected that family. But she was
yeah,
by the time. She knew what she was in there to do, and she was
yeah.
buying that time to do it. But she thought, because there's always going to be a time to buy somebody. If you have it in you,
My question to you now is moving forward, if we are saying you can only seek asylum when you leave the country, okay, that one is clear. And now you are talking about refuge. What I'm
yes,
saying, hold on, 90 guy. What I'm saying is that she has the backing of Oba Elegushi, she has the backing of Lagos State government, she has the backing of the police. Personally, okay, personally, to make this interactive is that personally I don't think she's in danger of anything. She's only running away from the DNA that Baba is insistive of. So that is it. And if she seek refuge from what you are saying, that I can understand, I'm a little confused, I don't get this refuge very well. If she goes to the American embassy and she's still in Nigeria, she wants to seek refuge. What you are telling us now is no. Let's say she goes to German embassy. What you are saying is that the German embassy will provide refuge for her. Okay. Now my point to you is that what about Liam, the Oba Elegushi's son? So that means is he able to come back in the future and take his child?
yeah,
Or
but you
what
see
does
the
that mean?
thing.
Because I mean, I want us to go forward. I don't want to say if she's respecting the Baba or not.
When if we look at a situation,
Please,
First of all,
please, with respect, can I come in for 1 minute?
The Oba is not coming to claim the child at the moment. The Oba doesn't want to be in the frame at all in any way whatsoever. So we
Yeah, I
can
know that. I'm not
we
saying
can
in the
have a plan.
future.
No, we can have a plan, which there can be a plan where the Oba is part of, and the plan will be you do everything you need to do to get yourself and our son safe to the other side.
Okay, let
So
B and
for the
B come in for a minute.
for the future, if this case hasn't actually brought Oba to questioning and hasn't brought this Oba to a position where is culpable or is involved, then the case will lie low, won't it? Yeah. So whatever happens in future is there to be dealt with in future. And in future, at the end of the day, remember the son is going to grow up. Remember his identity will be kept very tight. And also remember that it will keep changing and keep changing and keep changing. And while it's changing, his identity can be changed easily and he can return to his father easily without anybody knowing.
Okay, one last question, then I'm going to let BB come in. My last question to you is that what can we do now to prevent that?
No, you see, the thing is, it's not, you see, where we are at this point in time is
Or
that,
what can the Baba legal team
hold on,
do
hold
now
on.
to
Look
prevent
at
it?
it right now. Look at it right now. I said it about a week ago. I don't know which platform I was on, but the thing is, petition until the public money runs out, until you enlighten the public that you now have 500 petitions against God knows how many people, against institutions, against instances, against anything that surrounds this case. Now, if the result of this inquest comes out and the chief judge come up with something and then just name a number of people without petition that is in place already to bring some of the people that can walk away to it to the High Court, then you will have to start building a case from the beginning again. Then you then have to start looking for investigators all over again. Then the public would have walked away from it at that point. Because you need to make this hay while the sun shines. Because I said, if the the petition that Mobad is put in place already is been re-engineered with vigor, and that is actually brought all the named people to account, that itself may have gone to whether it's the community court, whatever they call the community court, and this court and that court, and few bits and pieces, that would have actually sort of like been endless. That would have actually got even the police to be called to call. That would have called a lot of people to come to call. But the fact that this thing has been left with some kind of serenity that it doesn't deserve. Because if Berekete hasn't done his own thing, then Berekete is also going to lie low a bit on the sideline of something, saying something, we don't fight government. We should have been fighting government. By now, petition should have gone haywire. Petition should have even hit the governor, the head of police, the chief of police, everybody that is involved. The hospital. You would have gone to the hospital.
Guy, why didn't you say this 9 weeks ago when Susan called and they said that?
Hold on. Paparano has been saying that for a while. And I've been saying this, not on your platform, but on other platforms I've been in the last 2 weeks. Right?
Okay.
Because
let BB come in for a minute.
The only thing
let BB come in for a minute.
Okay.
Let BB come in. BB come in, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone, once again. Suma, I might greet you specially. Anyway, IT guy has done so much. I have opportunity to listen to him. He's a man who is full of wisdom, and he's a man who is fortified when it comes to legal education. I must say thank you. I always benefit. But I'm confused in almost last statement you make that if Wumi wants to seek asylum, either she wants to German embassy or wherever, she has an immunity. And this is where my confusion is. Does that mean anyone can just run to Dutch embassy and said, my life is in danger and therefore I will be given a protection? Is that what it means? That is number one. And number two, look, we've said it countless time. We said it countless time that this girl know exactly what she is doing. And they never thought that this issue will turn out to be this way, or for want of better words, the way it's going. They never dreamt of it. They just thought it's something they would do and they will get away with it. But unknowing to them, they forget that Mohbad has already spoken a word of prophecy, which is haunting them now. Having said that, Lady Eris, I just want us to be careful with our choice of words in terms of you saying emphatically that the child is for Oba Elegushi. That if Oba Elegushi can come for his child in the future, we don't know now for a fact. We don't know now for a fact that the child is for Oba Elegushi. We all are speculation. So, and that is why we are fighting for this young lady to do a DNA so that that aspect can be clarified. And and again, Lady Harris, you said Wumi is not in danger. I stand to be corrected. Look, Mohbad said in one of his songs, he said, our boys in Kara. Our boys in Kara. Let me tell you, Lady Harris, Wumi is in danger. Our boys in Kara. If Wumi dare to walk alone in the street of Lagos or dare to go to Ikorodu, oh my, she might not come back. Because why? Our boys in Kara. Our boys want Kara. Just like I was saying earlier on, I was on Yinka TNT Live, I think 2 or 3 days ago. Her first time in diving into this issue. And sometimes I will sit down, I will be on my bed and I will ask myself, I said, this guy supporting Wumi, are they normal human being? Are they thinking rational? Are they thinking the way we are thinking? Okay, if truly, just like Yinka TNT said, she said any budget be, cooking could be. And if truly this child is for Mohbad, what is stopping Wumi doing a voluntary declaration and say, look, Liam is available for anybody, just like, is it African TV or someone that offer huge amount for Wumi to do DNA? And what will it take her to do the DNA and prove to the whole Nigeria that, look, this boy is for Mohbad? Instead of spreading false rumors that she was a virgin, Mohbad is virgin her. This is a lady that has dated about 3 or 4 guys in Malian's house. Trying to throw dust in our face. Playing with our intelligence. Okay, let's, in law, they say let's assume without admission. Truly, Mohbad is virgin you. Yes. Let's just imagine it is true. Is it not what should even grant you the pride that, look, I never know any man, Mohbad is virgin me, this boy, this pregnancy is for Mohbad, this boy is for Mohbad, and therefore I am ready to do the DNA to prove myself. How difficult is that? Instead of running merry-go-round and to make matter worse, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? The sister on Instagram saying all kinds of rubbish, saying all kinds of nonsense. Báwo ni gbogbo wọn ṣe máa sùn tó máa kọrí síbì kan náà? I just don't understand. I keep asking myself, can't there be one person that can just wake them up and say, look, let's wake up. Wumi, enough is enough. The shame you are bringing to our family is enough. We cannot take it any longer. If truly this boy is from Mohbad, go out there and do the DNA test. Simple. And I said it earlier on around Nigerian time, 6 o'clock, Lady Harris, if you can remember. I said, look, the police know what they are doing. Look at the deputy police commander that committed suicide. Up to today, his house is being barricaded. Nobody goes in and out of the house. Why do so? They know
for someone that commits suicide, or so for someone you already said commit suicide, you are barricading his house.
Exactly, Bayo. For someone that commits suicide, or someone that his personal aid come out and say, look, when I drove my Oga to his house, for the first time, my Oga told me to go and spend time with my family. And I left, only for me to hear that my Oga has killed himself. A deputy chief police commander.
Oh, you know him?
I don't know him. I heard it from TVC News, and I read it on Punch. He's from Ogbomoso. I read his biography.
Okay.
How he was very instrumental during the NSAX issue, and he got his promotion from there because he was very instrumental during the NSAS, XYZ, this and this. That is how come they promote him. Asked his aide to drove him to Oyo State in Ogbomoso, and now he took his own life. Reason best known to him. But what is the point I'm trying to make? So the police know.
Forensic analysis, though, because he probably have killed him and then make it look like a suicide.
Is a deputy police commander that doesn't want to be compromised on this case, who is willing to be loyal to the truth, doesn't want to compromise himself, and they compromised him.
Where did you get that information? Because I don't see his name in the CTC. I mean, I'm not saying it's not on the case, but I don't, because when I saw the news, I searched it, his name is Bola or something, and I went to the CTC to see if his name is there. I don't see his name. But, I mean, I'm not saying it's not part of the case, but I'm just saying his name is not there. So, because I wanted to make sure
Lady
what you
Harris,
said is not the case.
Lady Harris, do you know the true date of birth of President Tinubu?
Ah.
They will only tell you what they want you to see.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. I rest my case. I rest my case, you.
The point I'm trying to make is, so the police know that if there is a crime or there is an incident and they have been called into the crime scene, they know they have to barricade the place so that investigation or evidence will not be tampered with. What stopped them from doing the same thing in Mohbad house? What stopped them from doing the same thing in Mohbad house?
It's called cover up and staging. The police will go in there, cover up the evidence, and then stage what they want the press to see.
Because there is some power behind. And that is what is giving Wumi the wings. But now she cannot take the heat any longer. She cannot take the heat any longer. Wumi is far away from peace of mind. This is someone that was with Baba, and she was holding what Baba is looking for. She did not disclose it. What were you looking for? What were you hiding? So, look, Nigerian police has no shame any longer. I've said it the other time. In fact, look, Nigerian politicians or whatever they call themselves, they don't have shame any longer in the eyes of the international community. Look at, you live in Nigeria, in a country where they hardly give you 3 hours electricity, and they are increasing electricity tariff. Where on earth can this happen? Nowhere. This is the country you live in. A police was called in. According to Baba, he said there are a lot of celebrity. Alpha is there. Whoever is there, they are not questioning the Alpha. Mohbad is a Christian, born in CAC. Born in, is it CAC or white garment? Grown up in white garment, is a Christian. Most of his music shows he's a Christian. There is one that he even sang. He was even reciting Psalm. He was reciting Psalm in that particular music, crying unto God. The police are not calling the Afa. Afa, what are you doing there? What was your job? Who called you there? Why were you there? Who called you? What is your mission? None of that. Wumi, you claim Mohbad disvirgin you. You claim you love Mohbad. About 4 or 5 days ago, you were crying out as if you swallow frog, saying that if something happens to you, they should allow Liam to live. What will happen to you? Go and do the damn DNA. Nothing more, nothing else. That is what the street is asking of. That is what the lover of Mohbad music and the lover of the guy is asking of. And Lady Harris, that is why I told you earlier on. Look, our boys in Kora. Our boys want Kora Gidigan. The police, they know what they are doing. It's a shame on Shawolu. It's a shame. It's a big shame. It's a big, big shame on Shawolu. And that is why I said, look, Nigeria don't have any respect again in the international community. They don't have any regard. This is a country that the president, oh my God, someone went to the US to gather a proof that, look, you forged XYZ document. The Supreme Court decide otherwise. This is a case that the whole international community was following. The country has no shame. The police know, look, if Nigerian police want to do their job, they know how to do it and they know what to do. That is the fact. That is the fact.
Yep.
By now, we are supposed to, yes, by now we are supposed to pass beyond Corona inquest. We are supposed to pass by that. 7 months down the lane, this boy is still in the morgue, in the country where there is no 2-hour electricity. Holy God knows how his body will be looking at if truly Wumi loves Mohbad. If truly Wumi loves Mohbad, if truly is Mohbad at
Past
this
that
virgin
stage,
you.
I don't think I don't.
Oh
We passed
no.
that stage of truly if Wumi loves Mohbad. Wumi doesn't love Mobi. Everything was orchestrated right from the get go. So I mean,
Lady Harris, what I am saying is that's why I'm using truly. Is she not the one that's supposed to champion this cause?
oh, I
She's the
don't
one
think.
that's supposed to champion this cause. But because there is a foul play, and now the kitchen is hot. The kitchen is hot. That is why she has to come out about 4 or 5 days ago with crocodile tears. Please, Nigeria. Oh my. Let someone else come in. Thank you for the opportunity and
Thank
for
you
the
very
platform.
much. Yeah, thank.
The people behind Mohbad death are thinking we are fools or we don't know what we are doing as Nigerians. But be as it may, we are not. And I want to congratulate everyone who has been behind justice for Mohbad, true justice for Mohbad. We have done so well. And the joy I could derive from this is Nigeria as a nation is moving forward in the world map. We say no to barbaric, we say no to injustice, and we have done wonderfully well. Whatever we think of by Legushi, the government is trying to cover up, we all have seen that Wumi has hands, full hands, in her husband's pie, in her husband's death. I listened to Baba's voice with Bukky Jesse once again, and Baba said, look, after the DNA, I will give everyone the direction of who killed my son. It's a
That is
strong
true.
message
Said it.
coming from Baba. You see, Baba goes to church. We, Nigerians, and Tojubole, we dey find out in the spiritual realm. Aside the spiritual realm, Baba have heard a lot of things. He just kept it under his pillow. He's waiting for the right time to speak this fire out. And I think the fire is near. Karima just tried to open the fire for Baba, but it is Mohbad that is doing the whole work behind closed doors.
That's right.
Pressure ni. Mohbad's spirit is scattering everywhere. Mohbad's spirit is giving them unrest. It's making them to speak what they are not supposed to say. Mohbad's spirit is beginning to scatter everybody who has hand in his pie. Oba cannot hide forever. Let's look at this way. That eventually Wumi did not go to jail. Nigerians are waiting how you want to bring Liam to the palace. Ìlú Agbano. Nigeria will cast fire. I'm not saying this because I want to instigate violence. I'm saying this because people are they put it in their mind, in their
God, you are
belly.
faithful God. You are saying because it is true. That
My
is what the
brother,
Nigerians. That's what
you
they will
don't
do.
know, you don't know the anger. Palace yẹn, Ọmọ Dàbí, the Oba will regret his lifestyle. I will pay. Are you sure? No agbero you want to put on the streets. People are angry. I want street in Binu. They want to see how you want to bring this child to the palace at the end of the day. You are shielding Wumi, no problem. Don't let Wumi out, no wahala. But the time is coming. This child who you think is the heir to the throne, afẹ́ wo bó ṣe fẹ́ gbé wọlé, bóyá o fẹ́ lọ bẹ bàbá Mohbad ni o, kó má bínú, which is the main option they have been giving you since. But you want to hide behind government to shield you. We all know the truth. The body language is showing the direction where you are, Oba. But you sat in the palace, you think you have backup. But no, tó bá dásìkò Sanwó-Olú á yọwọ́, wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé ẹ ju ọmọ yìí kalẹ̀. And the time is coming. They will arrest Wunmi. It's near. Mark it somewhere. You can't hide forever. Are we? Bobrisky now. Very dark man entered cell, came out. The next day, EFCC went and carried Bobrisky. Is it today EFCC knows that Bobrisky used to spray money and march on money? Is it only Bobrisky that used to do all this rubbish in the public? That's why we have the law. That's why we have the law in CBN that you cannot manhandle Naira notes. But they knew that the public is angry. Very black man sent a message when he came out. He said, look, I will dress like a woman and enter Aisha. When he mentioned that language, one more based religion, wale, they knew something will come out. I will instigate violence. To stop very dark man, they use police, EFCC. Oh yeah, le move boy. We can't hold this guy because I want Lagbara come one day. But let's use EFCC to calm the situation down. One joke of Funwani. They want to see the reaction of the public. It's the same thing that is happening in this case. But no one of case. How are they going to go about this matter? Is the problem in their hands? Berekete is boiling in his belly. On duro the corona inquest, must end. On draw the autopsy, and they know that Berekete is coming. And that's the main deal. It's going to drag them. But as I Berekete, the public, he went to social media. He thought the social media will help her in Wunmi and Karimo. But when they saw the language in the IG, Instagram, in the Facebook, they know they lost TikTok already. But they went these two places, even X on X, they know that nothing in this space. Reaction, everybody is asking you, do DNA, do DNA. Why are you dragging this matter to this extent? We are not fools. Something is fishy. You are bringing infection. Oh, Yahweh, everybody has infection in life. Toilet, public toilet, Nigeria. Even in the office, go only co-infection now. On see when you Karimo. Abori eti gbale olowo bole. Oh Yahweh, you don't
even at the airport, they catch infection for airport now.
Catch infection, they mad. Abure ton doko kiri se ko ni infection. Now only Mohbad go carry infection with the craze. Do you think we are fools?
You see, Karimo is exposing more and more. Understand? Somebody that don't sleep with her husband is the olosho of a girl that goes everywhere to sleep with people that go carry infection, you know. So let her keep on. Let's give her the stage to keep on exposing the sister. Let her keep on doing what she's doing. You know.
The current situation now, Karimo is saying I will not talk about it again because Wunmi is already fighting Karimo behind bar. How can you tell me that? How can you come to public that we were treating infection? And you came to tell us that Mama Mohbad granted a wrong interview with Punch TV to say he was seeing a man with Wunmi on the bed. You condemn that one and you are bringing it to talk about infection.
Brother, sorry, brother, before I forget, let me interject you a little bit. Do you know Karimo is setting up the stage, okay, for herself? You remember, we have this record from the day she had an interview with Daddy Freeze. Karimo is a LBN nurse, equivalent to equivalent to
Assistant
CNA,
nurse.
right? Yes, equivalent to CNA because I'm in my sister's house. My sister is a senior nurse. Is equivalent to CNA. So she don't have the right to touch some kind of medication, okay? And now she already talked about medication from the beginning, and she know What Karimo is doing, Karimo is trying to save her head. A lot is already going on with Karimot, okay? Because by the time the public pick up that stuff with her, she's not qualified to diagnose anybody. She diagnosed Mohbad at the first, the very time they say Mohbad is dead. She was the first person that we heard from her that Mohbad has some kind of mental illness. She was the one that put out all Mohbad's medication out there. She doesn't have a right. Let's say Mohbad have mental illness for real. She doesn't have a right to discontinue Mohbad's medication. She said it. She said she took Mohbad off some medication. So what she's doing, she can't, you know. So she's not a doctor and she's not even a nurse practitioner, so she can't. So she already took him out of medication, which we can say, okay, because he took him out of that medication, the medication trigger his attack that he had the problem he had. We can change it for her in everywhere, you understand? So what Karimo is doing, Karimo is setting up a stage to defend herself, okay? So she's not defending what Karimo is doing. I'm sorry, Karimo is not defending.
Let me interject you a little.
Yes.
Let me interject a little.
Yes, sir.
The problem of Karimo coming out this time around is simple, right? They wanted to move Wunmi from Nigeria abroad. Simple. But he hit a wall because there was petition against Wunmi going abroad. They knew that this could not happen again. So that is the anger Karimo is coming out to voice out to Nigeria. She's just hiding.
You see, when you people talk about Wunmi leaving Nigeria to abroad, you people are going to force my hand to put some information out there, which I don't want to do it. Information that has gone to top office in America on Wunmi, you understand, that has come back with receipt, that has come back with a backup calls.
To America. She doesn't need to go to America. They know if she can't enter America. They just needed her to leave Nigeria. But right now, she cannot go anywhere. That is the issue. They've tried everything to make sure she leaves. But wherever she goes, she'll be bullied publicly. Nigerians are everywhere. Well, if you enter a hole, they will fish her out. Because the case is global. We are angry around Kongaza. People are angry. Whatever you think they are cooking in Lagos, it cannot get done. They can't cook it and get it done. Oba knows. He's just looking for a safe haven. And there's no safe haven. They must speak the truth. How Mohbad died. Ironoka. Whatever thing they are hiding. Nigerians know the truth. The whole world know the truth. Where are you going to hide? The wife body language shows something is fishy. Do ordinary DNA. Is this virgin you correct? We believe you. You never served anyone. Completely, we believe you.
But when they answered that question in the court, have you ever slept with somebody? She kept quiet. Silent is a yes.
Exactly. So
silence is a yes.
Madam Susie, let's believe her. But okay, prove it to us that you said that on IG. You came on TikTok say you are not going to do DNA. So I don't really understand. You want court order for DNA. When you came to TikTok, you say no, you are not doing. Even if they bring court order, you can't turn us a barbaric nation. You can't turn us a lawless country. It's not possible. On top of your head, because of Oba, no. Oba is not even a first-class Oba in the first place. Let's be sincere to ourselves.
Local Oba.
We are respecting Oriade. We are respecting the Oriade.
Community Oba. Community Oba.
It's not even Oni of Ife. It's not even Oyo. It's not even about Oyo or Alafi. It's not even a good. What are we talking about? Oshewame or Oshemawe of Ondo is there. Alaki of Egba is there. We have Oba that 7 kings in Yoruba land who are more powerful. Who are you? You are not even first class Oba. It's the Lagos that is paying you. Federal is not paying you because you are not a first class Oba. What are we talking about? Because you control some Agberos. People are now respecting the Ade. I mean, Let's be sincere. It is because people give you honor and they believe, okay, let's handle it. But what Nigerians are waiting for now, we get job, we don't get justice. How you are going to insert or incorporate whatever language is good in English language, bringing this boy to the palace to become king, Androdi. We are waiting for that time. Do whatever you want. All your shenanigans, do it. But how you want to bring this boy to palace now? We are waiting for it. Right? Nigerians are waiting for it.
Yeah,
Lagos government, do whatever you want to
Elekushi is
cover
the
up.
biggest fool of our all time.
It's
He's
time
a
to
goat.
run
He's a coward.
run to all those chiefs, all those Oba to help you. Call Baba, beg him, settle the matter, whatever it takes. You are shielding Wumi. Wumi must go to jail if he's the one that came over, which we know.
Yep.
Which we know. Police know. How can somebody bled profusely from eating a glass?
That's reassuring.
They told us already how the death went. They told us already. How can he bleed profusely? Someone who hit a glass. A glass should be a laceration. Laceration is just a small scratch in the hand.
Even Wumi herself said it. Wumi said it was a minor cut. Wumi said it.
If it's tetanus that kill him, it's easy. Why do you embalm him? It's a big question that need an answer. Everybody is running from that question. And they brought a shenanigan jury, or what they call them, a judge at Corona Inquest, who is manhandling the matter. She's doing it as if we are in a drama hall. Drama hall. And you think...
Faithful God,
Yeah.
you've done
Who
so.
is follow the money?
we are fools in Nigeria? We are fools in Nigeria? We are fools in
Okay.
Nigeria?
Request back, faithful God. Let me disconnect you. Follow the money or follow something. Can you please unmute your mic and speak to us?
Yes, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Good morning. Justice for Mobad. I don't have much to say. I just want to
Is
ask.
this Blackberry?
Is my voice that evident? Yes, it is. It's Black
Black
Velvet.
velvet.
It's
Oh,
Black.
Blackberry. I always call him Blackberry.
I'm your
Okay.
Blackberry now. I'm your Blackberry. Yes. I don't know who is good at compiling videos and stuff. I just need somebody to help me compile everything that we have on Karimo. There's a lot of videos that they freeze live, so many things. I just need to have someone help me compile all of that and send it to me. There are some things we're trying to do in Rhode Island. We know where she lives. We're trying to find out where she works, if she has a job now.
No, we have all those information. Okay.
I want
We
to follow up offline. I just need some concrete stuff that I can put together and send to where I need to send it. So I don't know if you have anything already compiled. I just need that to
yes,
just.
we do. Yeah, I think so. But Susan dropped. I don't know. Okay, fine. Yeah, we'll do.
Let's follow up offline, and I need some of that because I'm doing some stuff in Rhode Island. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I will continue to listen in. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Golden Seal, are you still there or are you sleeping?
Yes, ma. Yeah, I'm here. No, I'm not sleeping. I was busy before. Sorry, I was cooking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We've talked a lot,
But
and there was time I was asking you
yes,
if those
I'm
information
hearing
are
everything.
soothing and happy. You are happy. You feel better now, right?
Yes. That was why I was so calm. My spirit was calm when I heard that. Yeah, when I hear it though. You can see now it's so obvious that Wumi know what happens to Mohbad. If Wumi doesn't know, Wumi could have come out since and say everything that she knew. You get? So Wumi is just acting up, trying to cover our industry goes, and baby father Elegushi to, because that baba must come out. So that baba Elegushi, any part of yellow son, he must come out and speak. That baba must come out. You know. So if Wunmi likes, let her do the DNA test. If she likes, she shouldn't do the DNA test. But all people just care about is justice for Mohbad. What happens to him in the house? That coroner inquest,
Just for me to continue from where she just stopped. These guys cannot longer be there for each other, because now the kitchen is hotter than ever.
That's right.
So for them, yes, the kitchen is hotter than ever. For them speaking the truth, it will be for their own good. But they cannot speak the truth on their own. Mohbad spirit will confuse them. And that is what is happening now. Mohbad spirit is setting confusion in their midst. Isn't it the same Wunmi that said, they said I shouldn't talk? Is she not the same woman now that is coming out to be crying and be saying, I want Abiamo, I want Abiamo? And the Abiamo said, we are here, do the DNA test. It was when she mentioned Abiamo, that was when Yinka TNT came out.
Yep.
Because she's also Abiamo. And is she not the same person that said, oh, they said I shouldn't talk, I shouldn't do this. And now she's coming out to be calling on our Abiamo. And now all the Abiamo are coming out and said, okay, we are with you, but do the DNA test.
Abiamo say go do DNA.
Simple.
Our Abiamo Bojagboro, in fact, Wunmi, mi ní fi àrán, mi ní fi pọ̀n ẹ́. Kente náà fi pọ̀n mi, kente ni máa fi pọ̀n ẹ́, kente tún bẹ́tà àrán. Ṣáà lọ ṣe DNA, máa pọ̀n ẹ́ báyìí sẹ́yìn ní gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀. Lọ ṣe Wunmi, go and do your DNA. Tó bá ti ṣe tán máa
fi àmọ́ kankan ní káàmpù wọn lọ́hùn yẹn. Ṣáàbí àmọ́ wà lọ́hùn yẹn ṣá. Kò sábì àmọ́ àbí àgbà ló wà ń bẹ̀. If not, they could have sit Wunmi down and ask her some certain questions and tell her to do the needful, so that ẹnu tó ń kún yẹn kò ní máa kún mọ́. But those Abiamo gan self, àwọn gangan Abiagba ni wọ́n.
Ọ̀túnba told her, Wunmi, go and do your DNA. Àbí nǹkan kan wà ń bẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ hide ni. Go and do it.
In fact, Lady Harris, Yinka TNT said, ẹni tí ò bá jẹ gbì kò kí ń kú gbì.
Kò ní kú gbì, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Exactly.
Kí ló bà Wunmi lẹ́rù? Kí ló ń bà lẹ́rù?
Kí ló ń bà lẹ́rù? Kí ló ń tí ò bá ń ṣọmọ Mohbad gan, so what? Ayé ń ṣerú ẹ̀ náà.
Ṣọ́hun ló máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe ni àwọn ọmọ àlè Ìbàdàn tí Oríyọmí ti gbé jáde, ọmọ àlè lójoojúmọ́. Kí ló dé?